Hey guys, what's up? Division winning today. Tara, pag-usapan nga natin itong naging matinding rest back ni Ombudsman Samuel Martires, no? Alam niyo naman si Ombudsman Martires, no? Laging no holds bar yan pag nagbigay ng komento. As hindi siya nagsusugarcoat ng anything. He will say whatever he wants to say. Diba? So dito nga, tinanong niya ang mga taga House of Representative. I think he specifically addressing this to the spokesperson of the prosecutor's team. No, by asking, um, do I look like stupid? Sabi nga ni Ombudsman Martires. Kayo ba? Kung kayo tatanungin ko, do you really think that Ombudsman Martires looks stupid? So ayun nga guys, no, finally nabigyan na po ng pagkakataon na ma-interview itong si Ombudsman Martires. And dito, napakasimple lang ng pahayag niya pero napatunayan niya na itong mga taga House of Representative, no, was probably again, he's talking about yung mga komento galing mismo sa mga spokesperson ng House of Representative, whether kay Princess Fiona Abante o dito sa bago nilang spokesperson ng prosecutor's team. Ang nakakatuwa dyan, pare-pareho silang mga abogado, pero bakit hindi nila maintindihan yung punto dito ni Ombudsman Martires? Pakinggan natin.
We are not grabbing the powers of Congress to impeach an impeachable officer. No. Neither are we trying to supplant the findings of the House of Representatives with respect to the impeachment complaint of the Vice President. No, we're not doing to do that. We're only doing our powers pursuant to the Constitution to investigate. Period.
So, sir, gumamit bago kayo kumilas.
Alam mo yung pinangungunahan kami. Do I look stupid to you? Did I in the past do something that is against the law? Tell me.
Just what does that...
Ba't kami pinangungunahan? Ba't hindi...
Alam mo kung bakit kayo pinapangunahan, Ombudsman Martires? Simple lang. Kasi natatakot sila na baka base sa investigasyon nyo, no? If maalala nyo, you were asked about the... I think it was one of the Kamatayang Black who asked you about the confidential fund. And your answer was, kung lalagyan mo ng resibo ang confidential funds na yan, then hindi na siya confidential. Diba? So from that point, you make them look very stupid.
Hindi muna sila mag-aral. Ano bang nakasaad sa konstitusyon? So makikita na pag-aaralan na yung Constitution, yung deliberations during...
Yeah, ang problema kasi, most of them are not lawyers. Most of them doesn't want to go over the Constitution that dictates or enumerates the power, functions, and duties of the Office of the Ombudsman. So tingnan natin dito. Okay? So, tingnan natin kung nakikita nyo, di ba? Ano sabi dito? Powers, functions, and duties. Office of the Ombudsman shall have the following powers, functions, and duties. Ayon sa kanila, number one, they are to investigate, prosecute on its own or on complaint of any person, any act or mission of any public officer or employee, office or agency, when such act or mission appears to be illegal, unjust, improper, or inefficient. It has the primary jurisdiction over cases cognizable by the Sandigan Bayan and the exercise of its primary jurisdiction. It may take over at any stage from the investigatory agency of government. The investigation of such case, like Section 15, Paragraph 1 of RA number 6770, and also Section 13, Paragraph 1 of Article 11, okay, of the 1987 Constitution. Number two, direct upon complaint or its own instances any officer, employee of the government or any subdivision, agencies, or instrumentality thereof, as well as the government-owned or controlled corporation with original charter, to perform and expedite any act or duty required by the law or to stop, prevent, or correct the abuse or impropriety of the performance of duties. That is written in Section 15, Paragraph 2, RA number 6770, Section 13, Paragraph 2 of the Article 11, 1987 Constitution. Number 3 naman, direct the officer concerned to take appropriate action against a public officer or employee at fault who neglects to perform or act or discharge a duty required by law and recommended his removal, suspension, demotion, fine, censure, or prosecution, and ensure compliance therewith as enforce its disciplinary authority as provided in Section 21 of this Act, provided that the refusal of any officer without just cause or comply with an order of the Ombudsman to remove, suspend, demote, fine, censure, or prosecute of officer or employee who is at fault or who neglects to perform an act or discharge a duty required by law shall be ground for disciplinary action against said officer. That is also written in Section 15 under the Republic Act 6770 and Section 13 of Article. You can all go over that now. And direct officer concerned in any appropriate case is subject to such limitation as it may provide in its rules of procedure to furnish with copies of documents relating to contracts or transactions entered into by its office involving the disbursement or use of public funds or properties and report any irregularity to the Commission on Audit and Appropriate Act. This can be found in Section 15, Paragraph 4 of the Republic Act 1670. See also Section 13 of the article. Alam niyo naman ang Article 11, it's all about tawag dito. Ano ba yun? Public trust. Accountability of public officers. No, public office is a public trust and outlines the standard of conduct expected from official. So there's a lot of things to go over and read. No, while RA 97, RA 6770, it talks about Office of the Ombudsman. No, the act providing the function and structural organization of the Office of the Ombudsman and for other purposes. Okay? Ayan, request any government agency for assistance and information necessary in the discharge of responsibility to examine, if necessary, pertinent records. So here, mas probably ito yung inaano ng mga taga-House of Representative. Number 6, publicized matters covered by its investigation. The matters mentioned in paragraph 1, 2, 3, and thereof when circumstances so warrant, with due determine what cases may not be made public. Provide further that the publicity issued by the Ombudsman shall be balanced, fair, and true. Okay? Determine the costs and inefficiencies of red tape, mismanagement, fraud, and corruption in the government, and make recommendations for the elimination and observance of the high standards of ethics and efficiency. Administer oath, issue subpoena and subpoena duces tecum, and testimony of any investigation and inquiry, including the power to examine and have access to bank accounts and records. So basically, dito magiging masaya ang mga taga-House of Representative. Which, by the way, before I forgot, sumagot na po, no, ang legal counsel ni Vice President Sara Duterte doon sa pinadalang subpoena, right, ng Office of the Ombudsman. So number 9, punish for contempt in accordance with the rules of court. Again, punish for contempt in accordance with the rule of court and under the same procedure with the same penalties provided therein. So again, may contempt powers po ang Office of the Ombudsman. Number 10, delegate to the deputies of its investigators or representative such authority or duty, and shall ensure that the effective exercise, performance, and power functions, duties therein or hereinafter provided, no, on Section 15, paragraph 10 of the number 67, Republic Act number 6770. Number 11, investigate and initiate the proper action for the recovery of ill-gotten or explained wealth amassed after February 25, 1986 and the prosecution of the parties involved therein. Ito, mukhang hindi ito bagay kay VP Sara, mukhang bagay ito isa sa mga yung mga buhaya dyan sa Congress. And number 12, promulgate its rules or procedure and exercise their powers or perform such functions or duties as be provided by law. Yan. That's Article 11, Section 13, Paragraph 7. Constitutional guarantees insulating the office from political influence and interference. The organic provision finally approved insulated the office from political influence and giving the ombudsman and its deputies whose appointment need no congressional confirmation the rank of chairman, members respectively of the Constitutional Commission, prescribing for them fixed terms of office during which their salaries cannot be dismissed, removal from office only by impeachment, making it an independent office enjoying fiscal autonomy. Okay. So obviously dito malinaw na may mga bagay-bagay na hindi naiintindihan ng mga taga-office of ng mga taga-House of Representative. So talagang kuda lang sila ng kuda. Meaning akala nila ang mga taong nanonood sa kanila ay hindi nanonood. At the same time, akala nila na ang mga taga dyan sa Office of the Ombudsman hindi talaga re-resmack sa kanila. So basically dito, hindi lang sila na real talk, no? Dito talagang totally napahiya sila to the very core of their humanity talaga, ng kanilang personality, di ba? O, pakinggan natin yung sinabi dito sa isa pang interview.
President is acquitted. But if the Vice President is acquitted
By the impeachment court.
by the impeachment court, wala kaming power.
Oh, basically why? Dahil na-prove na. Ito. Papasok ba, applicable ba ang double jeopardy? Oh, sabi nga dito ng caption, hindi natin inaagaw inaagaw sa Kongreso ang power to impeach. Duterte News Update. So, balik tayo.
Few moments later.
Dumepensa ang ombudsman sa mga akusasyon tungkol sa pag-aksyon nito sa reklamo kaugnay ng paggamit ni Vice President Sara Duterte ng confidential funds.
Ayun, I stand corrected. It was a summon na pinadala sa kanya ng so nag-counter affidavit na si Vice President Sara Duterte.
Giit nito, hindi inaagaw sa Kamara ang kapangyarihang mag-impeach. Naghain ng kontra salaysay ang vice kaugnay ng reklamo.
Nagsumite na ng kanyang sagot o counter-affidavit si Vice President Sara Duterte sa summons na ipinadala sa kanya ng Ombudsman. Ito ay kaugnay ng...
So ngayon, ang kapal niya, no? So ngayon, ano mangyayari? Nasumagot na yung itetenga ng Office of the Ombudsman, yung sinagot ng Office of the Vice President?
Reklamo base sa committee report ng Kamara na inihain sa Ombudsman kaugnay ng umano'y maanomalyang paggamit niya ng confidential funds ng Department of Education at Office of the Vice President. Pagkatapos naman ito ay bibigyan din ng Ombudsman ng 10 araw ang Kamara para sa kanilang tugon sa sagot ng Vice President. Ikinagulat ng Kamara ang pag-aksyong ito ng Ombudsman sa committee report ng Kamara. Ikinabahala pa ng ilan na baka makaapekto ito sa impeachment complaint sa Senate Impeachment Court, lalo na kung sa...
Kasi either way, ganito mangyayari dyan, guys, no? Kung i-dismiss yan, okay? Ayun na nga, sabi ni Ombudsman Samuel Martires, kung i-dismiss, no? Or kung i-acquit si VP Sara, mawalan sila ng power. Paano naman kung ang Office of the Ombudsman ang mag-acquit kay VP Sara Duterte? Ano sa tingin niyo mangyayari? Eh di na-preempt na yung magiging desisyon ng impeachment court. 'Di ba? Kung dinismiss ng Office of the Ombudsman, do you really think hindi yan i-dismiss ng o hindi siya i-acquit ng what do you call that? Ng impeachment court? Of course. 'Di ba? Hindi sila pwedeng magkaiba. Kasi pag naging magkaiba sila, there's something wrong. Just in case you will not notice that.
Sakaling i-dismiss o ibasura ng Ombudsman ang findings ng Kamara. Pero sabi ni Ombudsman Samuel Martires, kung ayaw daw ng Kamara na may makaapekto sa impeachment laban sa Vice President, bakit daw isinumite ng Kamara ang committee report nito?
Exactly. I think this is the answer. Kasi pag hindi nila ginawa yan, definitely, mababasura lang yan altogether. Diba? Kasi nga, lahat ng nangyari sa 19th Congress, pagdating ng June 30, wala na yan. Diba? As if it never happened.
So, Ombudsman,
Ang Office of the Ombudsman, pag nakatanggap ng committee report from both houses, from any of the houses, from the Senate or from the House of Representatives, we treat it as a complaint. We do not treat it as a paperweight or a scratch paper na titingnan lang namin. So sino ang magiging complainant dito? Alangan naman ang maging complainant ang Office of the Ombudsman.
sinagot ni Martires ang mga akusasyon ng kanyang paggalaw ay dahil appointee siya ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte sa dalawang posisyon sa
Sa totoo, it's a very lame. Sa totoo lang, it's very, very lame. So, should we assume na yung bagong appoint na Associate Justice sa Supreme Court, laging kakatigan ang mga magiging kaso laban sa mga Duterte at lagi niyang kakampihan ang mga Marcos? We should not have that kind of mindset. Alam mo kung bakit? If ganyan tayo mag-isip, ano mangyayari? Sa tingin nyo, ano sa tingin nyo mangyayari kung laging ganyan ang mindset natin? Simple lang. Hindi gumagana ang justice system natin. Dahil kampihan system ang nangyayari, di ba? Excuse me. Balik tayo.
gobyerno.
Hindi ko naman kinahihiya, hindi ko tinatatwa na ako'y naging Associate Justice ng Supreme Court dahil kay Digong. Hindi ko rin itinatatwa na ako'y naging Ombudsman dahil kay PRRD. Mula nang ako'y in-appoint ni Digong sa Supreme Court hanggang sa Ombudsman, ni minsan ay hindi nakiusap sa akin si Digong.
Sa mga nagsasabing sana ay patapusin muna ng Ombudsman ang Senate Impeachment Court sa paglilitis nito.
Do I look stupid to you? Did I in the past do something that is against the law?
Ayon kay Ombudsman Martires, fact-finding ang ginagawa ng kanyang opisina na hindi makakaapekto sa impeachment.
We are not grabbing the powers of Congress.
So obviously guys, binasa na natin yung powers, no? Ng powers and functions ng Office of the Ombudsman. Napakasimple lang, very straightforward. We even went to look into this tawag dito, Republic Act 6770, an act providing for the function and structural organization of the Office of the Ombudsman and for other purposes, no? If you feel like reading and going over that, feel free, guys, no? Para mas lalo nating maintindihan yan. Going back.
To impeach an impeachable officer. No. Neither are we trying to supplant the findings of the House of Representatives with respect to the impeachment complaint of the Vice President. We are not going to dismiss anything. What is there to dismiss? When our power is only to investigate.
Paliwanag pa ni Martires ang ginagawa nilang investigasyon nakadepende pa sa kalalabasan ng impeachment court.
What we have at the moment is the power to investigate and not to prosecute. The Ombudsman or any investigating body has to await the result of the impeachment proceedings. If the impeachment proceedings will result in the conviction of the Vice President, then the Ombudsman or any investigative body, even the DOJ, can file the necessary case now, criminal case, against the Vice President. But if the Vice President is acquitted
By the impeachment court.
by the impeachment court, wala kaming power to charge her.
Stahan tayo, yung
Saklap na, mawawalan ng power.
But if the Vice
It makes more sense, di ba? Mawawalan talaga sila ng power because meron ng decision. So kaya nga ang tanong natin, which is hindi rin ako sure, hindi ko alam, wala pa ako nababasa. Will double jeopardy applies? No, kung halimbawa, inacquit na of the same facts nung case dyan sa impeachment trial. Okay? Then magpa-file ka ulit using the same facts, same issue. Sa ibang I think that's already forum shopping. Diba? Kung magpa-file ka sa DOJ at magpa-file ka rin sa Office of the Ombudsman. So definitely, mag-hands off sila dyan. Definitely, either way, ipasok nyo man yan sa Office of the Ombudsman, ipasok nyo man yan sa impeachment court, ipasok nyo man sa DOJ yan, alin sa tatlo ang magdesisyon na ito ay acquitted na. So game over na talaga, diba? Parang ganun yung lumalabas tuloy if we're trying to decipher kung ano yung gustong sabihin dito ni Ombudsman Martires. Diba? Ano pa bang iimbestigahan mo kung naimbestigahan na yan sa diba? Magiging redundant din eventually. Tama ba? So nakikita niyo yung wisdom ni Ombudsman Samuel Martires. Mas malinaw pa yung sinasabi niya. Number one, tinakad niya yung power ng Ombudsman. Ano yung kanilang function, ano yung kanilang duties. Ano yung ginawa, kung maalala niyo rin guys, just to remind you, ano ba yung ginawa niya nung nagmatigas si Gwen Garcia sa suspension? Di ba kinontempt nila? Diyan pa lang pinakita nila, kami ang authority, kami yung may power. May nangyari ba dun sa final nila? Parang wala naman. Diba? Just in case you didn't notice that. Just in case nakalimutan nyo na. Diyan mo pala makikita yung simpleng sagot-sagot ni Ombudsman Samuel Martires. Alam na natin kung sino ang gumagamit ng utak at sino rin ang gumagamit ng batas. Sino nagli-lean, sino nag-uphold ng rule of law. Yung mindset naalala ko tuloy si PRRD, kung paano mag-isip si PRRD pagdating sa usapin ng batas, kung paano mag-isip itong si Martires, almost the same. Even the other lawyers na nakadikit kay PRRD, pare-pareho sila mag-isip. Sabi ka nga, like-minded people. Kung baga sa dama guys, o kaya sa chess, kahit saan ka pumunta, checkmate ka na. House of Representative. Kahit saan ka pumunta, kain ka na ng dama. Mawawala ka na dyan. Kung wala kayong kinakatakutan, bakit hindi nyo hayaan ang ang Office of the Ombudsman na mag-imbestiga tungkol dyan? Kung talagang sa tingin nyo, you have a very strong evidence. Dapat hindi kayo nagngangawa. Naisip nyo ba yan, netizens? Kung malakas ang ebidensya nila laban kay VP Sara, dapat hindi na sila kailangan mag-react pa na kung bakit ang bilis umakto di umano ng Office of the Ombudsman. Diyan pa lang masasabi mong may red flag na. Diba? Kung ako, sana pinabayaan nilang magdire-diretso ang Office of the Ombudsman sa kanilang mga duties. Kasi kung naniniwala kayo na yung mga ebidensya nyo laban kay VP Sara, sabihin na lahat ng strong. So, hindi kayo dapat nagre-react ng ganyan ka-violent. Yun lang naman yung akin, guys, no? Anyway, again, maraming salamat sa panonood. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share nyo yung video natin. And I really want to hear your thoughts. Kung wala bang kung ito bang mga ebidensya na sinasabi ng mga taga-House of Representatives ay strong to convict VP Sara, bakit sila nagre-react violently dahil nag-act immediately ang Office of the Ombudsman?